Hey, what's up, guys? Hold on.
Hello.
Welcome to episode 18 of my live podcast, guys. My name is DulZi, for those of you guys who don't know who I am. And I play MC5 every now and then. Today I'm with Chaja, who is the community manager, or a community manager for MC5. And we're going to
What up? How's it going, man?
It's good, man. It's good.
Oh, dude, I think the stream might be a little messed up.
Is
I
it?
think you're not on my camera.
Yeah, I'm not. I noticed that.
No worries, dude. How's it going, man? How's everything going?
It's going good, dude. Hold on. Now you're on the camera. Sweet.
All right, wicked, dude.
Sorry about that, guys. All right, we're going to be talking about update 30, and like we have all the patch notes in front of us. Some of those patch notes weren't really shown. I think in what I saw for the game, but yeah.
Are you talking about the patch notes in game, or are you talking about
the patch notes for MC5? I think were like different. I want to say.
Okay.
Yeah, they were like completely different. So,
Right.
I mean, they were completely different. They didn't include like everything like in detail. They included a few weapons being buffed and nerfed, which is cool.
Right.
And we also have so let's start it out. First of all, you have a new menu. Talks about little updates we have. I see news. Talking about update 30. Class trial. So it's just like the basic menu you had before, but it pops up. Is this like every time you open the game, it's going to pop up?
Yeah, so one of the first, I guess, biggest changes, but not content-wise, but one of the first biggest changes is the Newsfeed. We have actually, let me see if I can take out the change log. Okay, I've got it up. What we did is we've actually completely changed it so that every time you go into the game, it kind of just like completely pops up. You know, it's a lot more apparent that it's there and everything. And we've kind of left more space for the content creators and for esports so that it's easier to kind of, you know, look at all this stuff and look at everyone's beautiful content and videos and everything like that. And also it's an easier place to go and see all the past broadcasts of esports.
Okay. Yeah, I see the content creator things in it. How are these like? Are these like the newest videos by the content creators? Or these
So far, I think right now what we've added is the last 3 that were shared on our Facebook and everything. But basically over time, we're going to be adding everything new that's coming up in the future, but also I'm going to start adding the ones that were also in there before. So it's going to expand over time. This is just what we have in so far. And over the next few days to weeks, we're going to be chucking everything inside. So,
okay.
You know, I'm sure some content creators are like, yo, where's my video? And it's coming. Don't worry. It's going to be in there.
Sweet. Okay. Let me just, I'm going to open the main menu. Okay, sweet. I was always a little confusing when I first did it, but cool.
Yeah.
So let's take a look at the first and foremost thing that we're gonna notice right off the bat is that there is a new armor.
Yes.
See if I could.
Do you have that video?
Yeah, let me see if
I sent like a little video to kind of showcase people.
I'm gonna let me see if I can pull up that video real quick because that should actually be pretty interesting.
Basically, it's almost like a little tiny infographic of the video, if that makes sense.
I think we got it.
Basically, so the Plague Doctor is the winning concept from the MC5 anniversary. I'm pretty sure it's from last year.
Yeah.
And we had some people kind of drop some armors, and the winner got a Wacom or whatnot. And oh man, that's looking good. So yeah, the armor's got 21% damage reduction for explosives, 26% damage reduction for projectiles. It's got 3 cores, 2 jokers, 1 utility, and although right now you see the armor at the end of the what's it called, at the end of kind of like your list of armors, making it look like it's like some super high tier.
Yeah.
It's actually a tier 3 armor. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And we talked about it. You know, right now it's the only tier 3 armor that has 3 core slots.
Right.
And
Do other tier 3 armors only have 2?
Yes, they only have 2. So if you look like at the most used tier 3 armor is going to be werewolf, which is all using. And it only has 2 core slots. It has a little less projectile and explosive damage, but like it's by 4% projectile. And even though it appears that werewolf has more explosive damage, if you look at the helm of the Plague Doctor, it let's look at it because I got it this morning. If you look at it,
you already got the helmet?
I got the helmet and I got the torso. Takes 10% less explosive damage, so like it pretty much balances out. Like it has some pretty decent stats. Actually, it has the best stats of all tier 3 armors in the game currently.
Right.
So for all the people who are like wondering about ESL and stuff, if it's going to be allowed in ESL, it's not really been publicized yet, or nothing's really been said officially about it. But my prediction is going to be that it's probably going to be banned. I mean, unless we allow certain tier 4 armors in the game, it's not going to be allowed in ESL. For those of you guys who are worried about it or stressed about it, because
could I just ask who actually comes up with the rules for the MC5 ESL? I mean, I know I should know these things, but I'm learning as I go along. You know what I mean?
The guy who was responsible for the last rules was this guy right here. Like I gave feedback. I used to be a pretty do a lot of feedback for the MC5 channel. That's what I was. MC5 Discord, ESL Discord.
Okay.
Was pretty well known for that at some point. And I recommended tier 3 armors and removing prestige weapons from the game, from the ESL gameplay.
Right.
They had a place back like a few years ago, and that was back whenever the Dreadeye was probably the most used weapon at the time, and it was people describe it as cancer, I guess is the best way to say it. That a Dreadeye, I don't know if you know this, but it's a weapon it's a sniper, but the bullets bounce straight off of the wall. So hypothetically, you can have a team sit there and camp and just literally spam Dreadeye around the corner, and they have no idea if their enemy is coming there or not. I mean, they have plenty of ammo in that Dreadeye, and they could all just keep spamming, opening the map, and they get kills. That was a big reason why that was removed. I think at the time Stacker was also really good. Stacker and Shoulder Gun was really good. So they banned Shoulder Gun and Stacker. Like, all the prestige weapons pretty much they outclass the crap out of tier 7 weapons, and people argue that prestige weapons take a lot less skill to kill enemies, which in my opinion they do. So that's why those rules were implemented.
Makes sense.
So yeah.
Okay. Let me I just want to go through a couple of comments super quickly, if that's all right. Some people asked when the update is out for all platforms. So for Windows, it's actually completely out next week, I think, early next week. For some reason, I was told that usually for Windows and Steam and stuff, it takes a little bit longer. Although it's live, I think it's like slowly being rolled out. So we have quite a few changes in Update 30. It's not the biggest update, let's just say, but not everything is live instantly. I'm not sure the exact reason, but I know, like, for instance, there are some Sapper changes that are not in right now, but they will be. And I think the Marauder changes might not be live for everybody today, but soon, at some point, they will be live for everybody. I'll get more to that when we actually talk about, the complete Marauder changes and the nerfs and everything, which I know everyone wants to hear.
Yeah, I mean, we could dive right into the Marauder changes. And not all of it was live for me, because I noticed all the weapons got a rate of fire nerf. I believe.
Yes. So there are, I think, so there are 2 global weapon nerfs for the Marauder. So the first global nerf is the rate of fire. So all weapons for the Marauder are 25% less. Does that make sense?
That's pretty significant. Yeah, a fourth of the rate of fire
The
is
rate
gone,
of
guys,
fire
for
has been
everything.
decreased. Yes, so the rate of fire has been decreased by 25% for every single weapon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I see that.
And and the second one being that the accuracy as well for all weapons, it has been decreased. So basically, the cone of fire, let's just say, has been increased by 5 pixels, meaning that you will miss more often. So it's a kind of a global nerf to the accuracy. And then for specifics, the tier 8 and 9 weapons have also been, their accuracy has been decreased.
even more.
And the
So
yeah, even more. So on top of that, and then for tier 7, 8, and 9, the min damage distance has been decreased by 3 meters.
yeah.
So you need to be closer to do max damage.
So essentially, what the update did for Marauder was kind of bring it closer to what the intention was for the class to be in the first place.
Sure.
So you guys have, I don't know if you guys have noticed, actually you guys definitely have noticed, using a silencer with a hands and grit, you could technically pick off someone from like a pretty far distance. And a lot of people disagreed with like that, like didn't really like that fact about Marauder. Like any of the weapons for the most part, you could kill someone from a distance, and it was pretty darn accurate for, 2 SMGs in your hands, which should be like super inaccurate.
That's true.
At that distance. So, and decreasing the accuracy, I think, was really good and in the right direction of where it needs to be. Rate of fire too, because the rate of fire was insane. Like, if you think about the abilities, which also we'll get to, got nerfed. The abilities allow the rate of fire to jump up even higher. Like looking at these weapon stats, looking at the hands and grit rate of fire, that's cool. That's a high rate of fire, but it's actually much higher if you think about like the resilient the rapid fire ability, which was like at 20-25%. So that the rate of fire was already super high. Even though these are really like relatively good rate of fires.
Yeah. The what's it called? The rate of fire for rapid fire used to be 20%, so the buff, but now we've kind of decreased that. So what we did to the skill is now it only increases your rate of fire by 15%, but the accuracy is greater now. So the inaccuracy, sorry. So now instead of decreasing your accuracy by 10%, it decreases your accuracy by 15%.
So your rate of fire might go up.
So no, the rate of fire is less, and your accuracy is also less.
Less than before, right? So,
less than before, yes, of course. It's not that now you turn it on and you're just crap at shooting.
Right. So when you turn it on, your rate of fire is increased by now not as much, 15%. It's increased by 50%, but you take a 15% hit in accuracy, which is just huge because that means that accuracy should like really suck right now.
Yes.
After
you
that,
really have to be close now to kind of get the most out of it.
Which is how I feel like Marauder should be. It's a dual wielding weapon. You should be able to jump in and do really well in a close range, but far range you shouldn't really do so well against maybe a sniper or maybe even like an assault player. This
is the thing. So I was just quickly reading the chat and stuff like that, and some people say like, "Oh, this isn't doing much for the class," and it's true. It's not like we're not completely gimping the whole class, cutting it off, so it's just like crap for everybody. The thing is, the Marauder is supposed to be a strong class, but it's not supposed to be OP. Definitely, that was a mistake on our end, but it's not supposed to be a class that everybody can just walk over. Otherwise, why have it in the game? So.
Right.
It might still be kind of strong, but it's definitely nerfed right now. We're going to see kind of what people think about it, how it actually affects the game and gameplay. And I mean, this is not the end of either nerfing or balancing, let's just say, the Marauder at the end of the day. We might have to do more changes in the future, but right now we seem to feel that, this is definitely a step in the right direction at least.
I think so. I think that it's I think it's a step in the right direction personally. in terms of accuracy, but we need to really see how it does moving forward.
We've done testing here, but the best test is kind of leaving it out to the open and having everyone play it and see, what everyone thinks about it.
Yeah,
that's kind of the feedback we can get with it.
I mean, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Like I said, prior to this update, Marauder was hands down the best class to use. But it doesn't make sense for people to spend their money and time grinding for the weapons and to have really crappy weapons now. And for those of you guys mentioning to remove Clash from the game, it's not going to happen. I see it every single podcast. Just isn't something that's going to ever happen. So you're almost wasting your keystrokes and your time saying it. I mean, you are, because it's just kind of annoying. Let's see. I heard they're going to add voice chat. I believe there's going to be more things implemented in the future. You said like a hot fix or something rolling out.
Yeah, so basically what's happening is I said the things that we had discussed prior, I think it was in a stream that we did a couple of weeks ago or last week or something.
Yeah.
All those things will be in the game at some point. I know we had promised for voice chat as well, but the thing is, although it was supposed to be live this week, we had to pull it to do some further testing because we don't want to release a new feature that is just completely buggy or messes up the game for everyone, right? Yeah. So we thought better just pull it, get everything sorted out, and then when we get more information, when we think it's ready, then we'll let everybody know and take it from there.
Yeah, that was my concern when it came to voice chat. I think I asked about it last week. I was like, will it could it throttle gameplay? Because right now, if players use voice chat, they use Discord right now.
Right.
That's just how it is.
Sure.
It's the best thing to use. So if there's a better voice chat system, I'm open to it, and I'm sure everyone else is open to it. But I'm really curious about how many of you guys will actually utilize voice chat in a public match. Well, do you guys like communicating, or I don't know, trash talking, or what do you guys think that'll be fun? I think it's going to be fun. But I really hope people.
I'm sure everyone's gonna use it to trash talk, man. That's why it's there.
I feel like a lot of our players are gonna I don't know. I feel like some people might be too shy or something. I mean, I'm curious. I really hope that I hear a lot of trash talking because I know it's gonna happen.
I mean, it's fun. You know what I mean? As long as it's not toxic, I think it'll be fun. But
it'll definitely be toxic.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we'll see what happens with it and how it goes, but I think it's again another step in the right direction because
for sure.
I think it'll make especially higher level gameplay more interesting because players can communicate with one another better and stuff like that.
But moving on to some of the patches, I remember it talking about the BLOM-R. So for those of you guys who've had Tracker, or use it not use it, but I don't know if you guys noticed, it's not really been around much in the game, and there's a reason why. Weapons weren't really good. I mean, that's really it. Especially the Prestige.
For the Tracker in general, or just the higher end?
So you're not going to use a tier 7 weapon in a class for example, the Tracker. It has some good assault rifles. However, if you're playing against someone who's using perhaps a grinder, you're not going to utilize that. I mean, you're not going to use it.
You're screwed, pretty much.
You're not going to use the ether against someone using a grinder. I mean, that's just common sense. No one's going to do it.
Right.
And the Prestige weapon was decent, but it wasn't good enough to match up against the grinder.
Right.
So it looks like the scope damage was increased, because that's something I thought needed to happen for sure. The scope was almost the worst part about it.
But yeah, I mean, although the last two weapons for the Tracker, I wouldn't say are weak, but I wouldn't say are the strongest either. I really do enjoy using the Ether L. I think it's really fun.
Actually,
is it the last three?
Yeah,
no, it's just two.
The sniper's
VRT and Blum.
The sniper's a tier 7.
Yes. But the tier 6, I mean, I love using it, man. The ether, I think it's a really fun gun to use.
I hear a lot of people use it.
It feels really good.
Yeah.
You know?
It reminds me of the the handling reminds me of a mixture of the tier 8 assault rifle, which is the Enforcer, and it kind of reminds me of the KOG. So I like the way it feels too. It doesn't have a muzzle, but I mean, you get that max damage right out the gate. It has really high damage. What is it? Yeah, 26 damage is really respectable. 600 rate of fire is very, very respectable as well. Right. So I could definitely see that. See people liking that gun. It is a good gun. In terms of not being prestige, it would probably.
It's a good tier 6. You know what I mean?
It's a great tier 6. You know, I don't know how it would do in ESL. I don't know if it'd be too good, or I think it'd be decent.
Right.
But yeah.
Is there a weapon cap for tiers in ESL, or?
Yes, it is tier 7.
What is it?
No prestige.
Okay.
So, and then there's certain weapons that are lower tier that are completely banned. Such as like auto aim weapons that help you aim, like the morph. There's a morph weapon that has like a little circle cone, and
the tracker weapon as well. No, the tier 1.
All tracker is actually banned at the moment. Tracker is not.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that wasn't a suggestion of mine. That was something that was thrown in there. But I think that tracker probably will make his debut in. I'm hoping he'll make his debut in ESL at some point. I know that the tier 1's going to be banned. There's no way you can allow that thing in ESL, because it's pretty darn good for a tier. It's probably the best tier 1 we have right now. Is the tracker tier 1. So it's definitely that would definitely be banned. But right now, tracker nor Marauder is allowed in ESL. So yeah,
it's good stuff, man.
So the scope damage was increased. What about the hip fire? Was that increased at all, or was that the same?
We're talking about the Blom, right?
Yeah, the Blom. That's the only weapon that was touched on the tracker.
Yeah, so for the tracker, the Blom scope damage, the min damage was changed from 20 to 30, the max from 25 to 40. And that's it, man. Nothing about hip fire. So it's just scope damage that was changed.
Scope damage needed to be fixed for that gun, because in the past, whenever you use that gun, if you scoped in, I mean, you're honestly doing yourself a disservice. You lowered your rate of fire, and that's it. Like, it should have had, and that's something I recommended whenever it came out, and I discussed it. I think I talked about it. I felt like the scope damage needed to be higher. Like, it needed to be good enough, like a sniper almost ish, you know, because it kind of acts like one in a way when you scope in. Yeah, which is great. Also see something about the tracker skills. The mark interval was reduced, and I think that people don't really know how that works yet. So can you maybe talk about how the mark ability works for tracker? We can go to it right here too.
Yeah, sure. I mean, the lock interval has been reduced from 5 to 3 seconds.
Maybe it's
what more is there to say? I mean, you know, I think this definitely helps with the class. Let's just pull up the skill real quick.
I have it. I have it pulled up right here on my screen. It's says for mark skills of mark tracker lock interval. What is that? So the mark ability itself, I don't think is the same. I think they're referring to whenever you see it. Is it?
Yeah. So basically, now it takes 3 seconds for it to lock on instead of 5 seconds. For the mark skill. If you go up to see auto locks an enemy in your line of sight after 5 seconds, let's say. No, for the first skill. It's on the left, yeah.
Is it?
This is the one that it's talking about.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Oh, I see. Oh, yeah, the throwing knife. Yes, I forgot about that.
That's the one.
It marks it. Well, I guess that makes sense, because I feel like it. 5 seconds is a really long time. I mean, you're pretty much dead in 5 seconds if someone sees you.
Dude, you're dead in like a second.
You're dead in like you're dead in 3 seconds. So maybe that might help it out a little bit. I'm really curious to see if it's good enough for people to use like in public matches. I know the dog's certainly annoying. The dog is really annoying. Even the tier 1 dog. I mean, you're playing a match and that thing snags onto you. I mean, if
you gotta pump that E key or actually, what do you have to click for iOS and Android?
You have to keep on tapping. There's a button you keep on tapping, and the thing is, if you don't hit it, you really can't hit it fast enough, frankly. So like, if people utilized it correctly, you should be dead every time a dog latches onto you. Like, you really should just be dead because people should be able to revenge kill you pretty quickly.
True.
So that's something that I see about the track. That's really all it is for the tracker. We could talk about the turrets if you'd like.
Yeah, sure. Let me just bring that up because we haven't actually included that in the patch notes, but I had that somewhere else.
I have it right in front of me.
Do you have it?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, okay. I've got it up here too. So for the turrets, there's, quite a lot. So the micro turret, now it's got enhanced damage. It's got 50% enhanced damage.
What does enhanced damage mean? So whenever you upgrade it?
I'm guessing that would be it, because it's literally been changed from 0 to 50. So it had no enhanced damage before.
Okay.
So what we're doing, we're pretty much essentially giving it not double damage, but 0.5 damage. The assault turret, by the way, is going from 20 to 50%. The sniper turret, exactly like the micro, is going from 0 to 50%. And then the rocket turret, we didn't think this needed to be changed too much, but we did want to boost it a little bit. So it's going from 40% to 50%. Oh. So pretty much all across the board, the turrets are getting buffed because we kind of want to introduce a new meta of using, the sapper more often.
Except for the most, I think that the turrets that were enhanced are the ones that just aren't used really. I mean, you don't. Yeah. The shotgun turret got nerfed last update, which it needed. That thing was pretty darn powerful. It still is pretty powerful. It's not like, I don't think it's overpowered, but it's pretty darn powerful if you can't find that turret in time. The stun turret's always been a pretty solid turret, actually. For those of you guys who wanna try using it, it's very it's kind of gimmicky, but it's really cool to use. But the micro turret was not really used. Now it's going to be more annoying. 50% is, it's still small. It still had really small damage, but 50% probably should help it a little bit. Assault was never used. I've never ever seen it used, so I'm curious to see if people are going to pull it out, like in ESL or like lower ranking matches. Haven't seen sniper turret used, and the rocket turret I've seen it used once. I mean, it's not. I just don't think it does as good of a job as like grenades or like even like secondary heavy weapons do. So I don't see rocket turret used much, but that's
I think your dog wants to go out, dude.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, she does. She's already been out. She's been out.
Yeah. Anyway, what did I want to say? The thing is with the rocket turret going up from 40 to 50%, I don't think that's going to change the game too much. But I think with the micro and sniper turret going up from 0 to 50, like I think that's a huge change. Like I feel like we're going to see more people starting to use these, and it's going to be interesting to kind of pull up the data in about a week or two, because we kind of track everything in game, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on this to see if people start using the sapper more often and their turrets and whatnot. Yeah,
I'm curious to see too. I'm not sure. Like I said, the one I mostly see is a shotgun turret. Sometimes a stun, because the thing about those two is that they can kind of be stuck onto walls and be hidden better. These turrets like stand alone, especially like the assault sniper rocket. Like you see those bad boys from a mile away. So that's why I'm not so sure they'll be used as much. But I mean, I guess we'll see, because the damage being increased is going to be helpful against lower armor, weaker armor too.
Yeah.
So yeah. Hopefully, I feel like Tracker and Sapper, I like the classes because I feel like they require a lot more like tact. Like you have to be more tactful using them. You have to actually like show some like thought behind using them. You can't just like run and go in like with like Marauder or like Grinder, even like Assault. Like it's you have to sit there back and actually support your team or use it in a support fashion, or you're going to die over and over with these.
That's true.
Turns. So. That's why I've always kind of liked. I like the process, or the thought process behind those classes.
Sure.
The last thing I see talked about. Yeah.
The last thing would be for the assault. If we're talking about classes.
Yeah.
The PR39 is being buffed.
Yep.
The rate of fire is being increased by around 10%, and the max damage is going from 18 to 20.
That's the min damage.
Isn't the max damage?
It says max on there, but I'm pretty sure that's min damage because the max of it
That's
right
what I
now.
was-
The max is already.
Could you pull up the PR39 so we can take a quick look?
I already have it pulled up.
Hell yeah. Oh yeah, because I'm watching the stream, so
Yeah.
I kind of see things a little bit later.
You have my screen right in front of you if you ever want to see it. It's
right.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's been shared in front of you. So,
actually, there's no need to. What's it called? Actually, where can I see it? Can I see it on Restream, or would I see it on?
Well, anyways, with a flash hider, the damage is 20 already, like as it is.
Right.
Min damage meaning is 18. So min damage is 18. So min damage is going to be increased from 18 to 20. That means that's what it should mean because it's been 20. I was comparing it last stream to the KOG,
Right.
which has 19 max damage.
Okay.
Let's take a look at it real quick. The min damage is 17, and the min damage of the KOG is 17. The minimum damage of the PR is 18. So you're talking about one damage point between a tier 6 and tier 7. You're also talking about a higher rate of fire, 805 for the KOG, and 716, which is like almost 100 rate of fire. About that 10% difference, probably a little more. So whenever this update rolls out for the PR, we should see a rate of fire closer to the KOG, but probably not better than the KOG. The damage will be better, and I think that's what it really needs. I mean, the PR isn't used very much because you're sacrificing like one damage point using the PR and a much lower, like slower reload speed because the PR takes forever to reload. So I think we're excited to see that actually being implemented and used. Like, and I want to see it in competitive gameplay because I use the PR.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's just not good, and especially with lava.
Right.
And that's the only thing for Assault. But speaking of lava, guys, I saw the post about lava weapons being brought back.
Perfect segue, dude.
I know, right?
Wow, very impressive. So what we did was I think it was last week, we kind of sat down and we're talking about golden weapons, lava and Jade and stuff, and we kind of sat down and said, maybe we should start bringing things back. But the first and foremost, what we wanted to do is we wanted to see what the community felt and what they wanted, because we didn't want to risk bringing it out and then people getting angry about it, especially because we said, this is a one-time thing. It's, very, what's the word? Not rare. You know what I mean?
It should be
limited.
Rare is the right word.
Well, rare is yes, but the word I was looking for was limited quantity and stuff. It's a one-time thing, and so we kind of asked everyone about gold, and it seemed pretty explosive. But everyone was like, "Yo, where's the lava?"
Yeah.
So the team kind of said, let's ask them what they want for the lava. And I mean, we made a decision pretty much in a day just because of how overwhelmingly positive it was. So what we're actually doing is we're going to start re-releasing some of the old lava weapons. We're going to be starting with the lava BSW. Actually, that's the first weapon that we're going to be putting back on the market.
Yeah.
And it's going to be next week. But you'd have to check out like our Facebook and stuff like that to see exactly when. And what we've actually been thinking about doing is next month, kind of doing a couple of fun things to see what people want next. Do they want a Jade? Do they want a lava? Do they want a gold? And which weapon they want it for? So I guess we'll be using the whole month of September to kind of, do some polls, do some fun things to kind of get to a decision all together, where we will kind of pick a weapon together, pick a skin together, and then, we'll get this camo out maybe in October or something, maybe November. That part I can't say, but definitely next month is when we're going to be starting to see what people want to see next in the market.
Yeah. I already knew that lava BSW is probably the most requested lava weapon, like, period out there. I actually called it, like, I think 2 podcasts ago. I was like, because Ryder was like, we're going to have a poll. I'm like, man, you don't even need a poll. I'll just tell you what it is, what it's going to be. It's going to be the Lava BSW.
Yeah, exactly.
I get DMs about it all the time. So I'm happy for you guys that wanted it. It's coming out. I'm not happy for myself because I'm one of those people who doesn't want anyone else to have it because I do have it.
Right. Yeah.
But I remember people have been asking me about the price. You guys, we're not sure about that yet, are we, at all?
I was actually writing this out. Here we go. I was actually replying to someone saying that the prices for the lava weapons have not been discussed or finalized yet.
Sweet.
I do not expect the price to change too much if it changes.
Okay.
You know, we can't deviate too much from past prices because I feel if we made it more expensive or cheaper, people are going to be upset. Either way, people are going to be upset.
Right. You can't please everyone. And for those,
no, but it's not even that. I mean, for the people that already bought it, they would feel like, hey, cheated. Now it's cheaper. I feel cheated. Yeah. If you make it more expensive, then people will be like, hey, last time it was cheaper. Why is it more expensive? So we really have not made a decision about this. One day we will, one day soon. But, you know, I guess everyone will see once it comes out.
Yeah, last time it was for those of you guys who are curious about how much it cost last time because I bought it. It was 3,000 credits last time. So
okay,
that's how much it cost last time, guys. So you know, maybe around there. Who knows? If you guys want to guess, I don't know how much it's gonna be. If he doesn't know, I don't know.
Last time for quantity. So this is another thing that everyone should know, that we're still gonna have limited quantity. It's not going to be something like, oh, it's in the market for 24 hours. Everyone can go nuts and buy it. Because we had limited quality last time, we're going to continue to do it this time as well because we do want it to be pretty damn rare. We don't want everyone to have it.
Yeah. And all of the exclusive weapons and all the exclusive skins, everything that's been in the black market for, I want to say, for the past few months has been limited quantity. You know, I personally hope it's less quantity than last time, but hey, we can only pray, right? Cross our fingers. Right. It's less quantity. I want it to remain rare, but I know a lot of people are going to be, you know, staying up, checking the Facebook, to kind of make sure and see when it's going to be released. I know all my ESL team members are like trying to get information out of me, and I'm like, sorry guys, you have to find out later. Watch the podcast, you know, stay on the Facebook, and just save up credits if you can.
Yeah.
So that's something that people should look forward to. I know people have been wanting. Some people have also asked about. Let's see if anyone's asked about the.
I did see some people ask about other lava weapons and stuff, and I actually wanted to ask what people wanted to see next. I mean, to kind of gauge, community sentiment, like. You know, are there weapons that you guys feel should be Jade or lava or gold that we haven't done so yet? You know, we definitely want to hear it.
Absolutely. I have some input. Let me just send you the list. But I talked about it. I've talked about it last podcast. I'd like to see the more love for the DBS. I mean, the DBS is a really good weapon right now in ESL. I use it every now and then. And I know that there was a gold that hasn't been released yet, but there is a gold in the system made. I'd like to see lava, although I do understand, guys, and you guys have to also understand, whenever a lava weapon's created, it's like literally they have to recreate that whole thing. They have to kind of redesign.
Have to, because it's not like golden weapons where we can just kind of slap it on as a camo. Yeah. We have to redo all the normals of the weapon. So basically it's a whole process. It's pretty much like redesigning a whole new weapon.
Yeah, and that's what Radu expressed last podcast. Same with the Jade. The Jade is the exact same way. You have to
of course.
You kind of have to work with the skin. It's not like gold where you literally, like you said, slap it on there. So I like the Jade skin. I'm using it on my IMP right now, and I think I had it on.
Honestly, I honestly think it looks really good. I mean, I like the lava as well, but you know, Jade. I don't know if we have more Jade than lava, don't we?
Absolutely.
Or is it the other way around?
We only have 3 lava weapons at the moment. As for Jade, right now we have the Jade IMP, we have the Jade KOG. I'm trying to think what else we have. Jade KOG, Jade
The
IMP,
Cog, the Imp.
Jade Bosk.
Yes.
Ooh, is it the same amount? Oh,
It
we
might be
also
just 3 and 3.
we had the Jadestone Seeker as well. I remember. I don't have it. I didn't get it.
Right.
I didn't really care for that one that much. And I could be wrong, guys. Am I missing one? You guys tell me. I know you guys will be happy to tell me.
Yeah, I can't remember the last one. If there is the last one, I thought there were only 3.
So there are 4. There are 4 Jade weapons. There's the Seeker, which is like the turret for Sapper. It's the tier 8 Sapper for turret for Sapper. It's Jadestone.
Okay.
You also have the KOG, the Bosk, and the IMP. Those are the 4 Jade weapons that have been released. And I know there are a few that were unreleased that are like already made. Just kind of waiting on the trigger to be pulled for them. I think I want to say there are 2 more. Two more that are going to.
You and I were talking about this earlier, right? That there were a couple that we had already worked on. You said that some accidentally were sold.
That was someone else. I was in that chat. That wasn't me, but that was on another server. They talked about like there was a tournament where the Golden Lux was released, but that was the only one that was released. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was you and I. Yeah, sorry, my bad.
That's all good.
But yeah, so I mean, if those are around somewhere, I can definitely ask to see what's going on.
Yeah, I asked Radu, and he said he wasn't quite sure yet. So we're gonna see.
Yeah.
You guys are asking about.
Someone asked if we could change the background. I guess we could change the background.
Change the background of what?
I don't know. I guess your dude sitting there.
It can. I would say it can never be changed. Nothing is going to be changed. My background for my stream, never. Oh, you mean the back? You mean the background in general, like so you can customize it? I don't care about that part. But I guess if enough people care about it, I'm sure that the dev team's going to listen. But I could see that. Yeah. I've never even thought about. I'd like to change my background to a red color or something. It's just
That'd be funny. Oh, so you mean like where the guy is now? Like you have a different environment or something?
That's probably what they mean. I'm assuming that's what they mean.
Interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting. I've never thought about that. I didn't think that was really important. I saw Thank God. Someone talked about Marauder not wasting stuff on Marauder. I think people who have spent stuff on Marauder shouldn't be like, oh my God, it's not going to be good. It's still probably going to be good. It's just not going to be as overpowered as it was.
Yeah.
Someone's asking about the main screen. There actually was a beta design implemented for the menu screen that was going to be changed up, but that was like several updates ago, and I think they decided not to go with it because they felt like it complicated things already.
Makes sense. I guess, sorry, because I just saw this. I think last thing we can talk about is the fact that we've added spectator mode for Battle Royale.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, custom games for Battle Royale. If we're going to be more specific, you can create a Battle Royale match.
Yeah.
That's a big deal, man.
So basically what's happening is that we're starting to implement kind of like spectator mode just so that what we wanted to do was we wanted people to be able to kind of fly around the map.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
To kind of do like a free spectator mode, but it's causing quite a few nightmares on our end. So, so we're gonna figure something out for that. But for now, what we've done is we've done kind of like a third-person spectator mode.
I noticed that I can't really customize the match at all. Is that normal?
Customize the match in what way?
If you look at my screen, like if I try to customize the Battle Royale match, that toggle isn't really enabled for us yet. So like we can't custom. So I guess is it because there's so many players that are allowed in the custom match that we can't do it? So
yeah, I think it's up to 60 right now.
60. So
I'm not too sure.
Let's try creating one and see what happens.
Yeah, I'm not too sure why you can't customize it. I've honestly personally never tried to customize my own Battle Royale, but I mean, I'll definitely talk to QA after this and see what's going on with that. I'm pretty sure that it's what's it called? I'm pretty sure that this is not a bug. It's on purpose.
I think so
But
too.
I'll ask why.
I think so too. I think so too.
Why?
Because you can't custom. How are you going to customize 60 players? I mean, it doesn't make any sense to customize it. Also, there's another reason why probably is because we don't really have armors or weapons in there that you come with, so you just pick them up. So there's no point to customize or allow only certain things in the game. So that makes sense that that's actually done on purpose.
Right.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
My friends were talking about it. That's cool that you can host your own matches. Like, so your whole team can you and your friends can run around and try to, talk crap to each other and kill each other in matches. That's kind of cool though. I like that.
Yeah.
So, I think that's pretty substantial.
I'm getting some news from the north. Someone just wrote to me saying that Battle Royale can't be customized because you have no armors or weapons or cores. It's all random drops.
Right, I just said. Like, you can't come in with anything. You come in naked.
Oh, I just got airdropped some information from the future. Ooh.
Oh, really?
Oh, no, just someone just hit me up on Skype from our team.
Oh, yeah.
That's funny.
You could just DM me whatever it is after.
Yeah.
Let's see. So this update didn't come with a crazy amount of new features. It came with a lot of fixes for weapons. I think that were needed. I don't think any of the fixes that I saw were things that I'm like, oh, that shouldn't have happened. Marauder. Since I'm going to touch on Marauder again because everyone that's been the number one topic that I've probably seen on my podcast. Marauder might still be good. And it doesn't mean they're done tweaking it, but let's just see how it works out. I'm going to see how it plays out, and reach out to us, comment on the Facebook, message me on Discord, message my server, post on my server. Let us know. Chaja is actually very available on Discord, so that's something I've noticed. So thank you for that.
No worries, man. I mean, I always have it on while I'm working.
Yeah.
There are times recently, especially with update 30, that I've been pretty busy, so I haven't been there as much as I can be, but I mean, it should go exactly back to normal. I mean, I'm pretty vocal on Discord and people hit me up all the time and I'm always there to reply. So if anyone needs anything, just definitely hit me up.
And I think a lot of people have been warning that, Radu was spread so thin. So
dude, super thin, man. Yeah. Like, I walked past his desk the other day and went past his Discord, and he has like 1,000 unread messages, man. Everyone's hitting him up left and right.
I know. Yeah, people message me. They're like, "Should I message Radu?" I'm like, "Bro, you message Radu is like, I don't know, like sending a letter to them or something. You're never
exactly.
That guy probably has. I said I got blown up whenever I first started doing this podcast. I can only imagine how his Discord is. I mean,
it's nuts. Like, I get hit up pretty hardcore recently, but like not at the level of Radu,
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know that. I told him I can only imagine how many times you get messaged, man. And he's like, "Yeah, man. Like, I'm sure he has thousands." So, and then like we mentioned earlier, there are going to be some hot fixes that we're going to see. We're going to see probably next week or so.
So hot fixes are coming. Mostly we use hot fixes also to kind of get anything leveled out if there were some issues with the update, and if anything wasn't anything that was planned to be in the main update but something went awry, exactly like with the voice chat. So that will most probably be in the hot fix, if not sooner, if not later. I don't know, hopefully sooner rather than later. Anti-hack is also in. We have some new measures going on, so people should be seeing less hackers in the game, or less hacking per se. I do not want to get into the specifics of how exactly it works, because the minute people find that out, they try to find other ways of kind of going behind it, which is not what we're trying to do here. But do definitely let us know if you feel there is a drop in hacking, because that's why these features are in.
Good feedback's always good, guys. They don't always want to hear crappy feedback. So
yeah, but I mean, crappy feedback also helps. As long as it's constructive, because we can't kind of improve if all we get is praise, right? So constructive criticism is definitely something we want as well, because then we know that we have to improve in those areas. Just remember to be respectful in your constructive criticism, because I get a lot of crap in my DMs.
Yeah. So, well, let's look at the chat and see if we have any questions. I'm kind of curious to see
For sure.
if anyone has any. Someone saying less hackers. Oh, already shots fired.
Yeah, I love this one. Less hackers. What the F? How about no hackers? These things don't just work overnight, man. You know?
I mean,
Rome wasn't built in a day.
Yeah, for real. Like, I mean, there are people who are outworked just as hard developing like hacks as there are people who like develop the game. So they just need to keep that in mind, and people don't keep that in mind.
This is the thing. We do have an anti-hacking team, but it is pretty small in regards to how big the overall team is, and that is because it's a really taxing job, honestly speaking. Being in the anti-hack team, you know, they have. I mean, I've said this to a lot of people. They have so many reports that come in every day, and the thing is, a very high amount of those reports are just salty players saying, "Oh, that guy's cheating. That guy's cheating." And
probably most of them actually.
We have to look into a lot of the things that the people report to us, because we have to do due diligence. And this is the thing, like, I do not know exact numbers on, like, let's say percentages of banned to not being banned, but I can probably, I mean, from what I hear from people hitting me up saying this guy's hacking, that guy's hacking, like, a lot of the times it really is just somebody being upset that they lost and looking through their account. I'm like, they're not hacking, you know?
Yeah.
So
and like I said, I've seen that, like, even like myself when I played some matches. I do well, I do bad some matches, and like I have guys like say, I have footage of you hacking right here, and I'm like, all right, show it to me, man. It sounds great. I'd love to see me hacking, So people
exactly.
There are false accusations like left and right all the time. They've always existed, and so if they looked into, like, if they literally banned everyone who was accused of hacking, none of us would be playing this game right now. Like, all of us would probably be, sitting at home watching TV or something.
Exactly.
So that's something to kind of think about. I saw some question. What was it? I see a lot of people asking for new features being added. However, the thing I like about this particular update is we did add. I mean, you added some new stuff, which is cool. But we worked on a lot of older stuff.
Honestly speaking, with this update, it's kind of more geared towards a quality of life update, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because we actually have some big things coming in update 31. We've already actually had a lot of discussions. We actually discussed update 31 before update 30 was out. And I've seen it, and there's a lot of really cool stuff coming in update 31.
Yeah.
So although, update 30, big number, getting older and all that, we've actually reserved a lot of these new features and stuff for update 31, which I can't talk about now, but I'm very excited to talk about those in the future when they come out.
Yeah. So I think that's what what this update. The thing I like about it is that's what we needed. We didn't really need a bunch of new shiny stuff. A lot of things needed to be kind of looked at, and that's what I felt like this update did, which is great. Buffing those turrets that weren't even used. PR, I mean, the fact that there's an assault weapon that's, a high tier that's not really good. I mean, Marauder especially being looked at, which I agreed with a lot of people saying that it was overpowered, and it's been overstated that it's overpowered, but it's overpowered. Yeah,
of course. I mean, first and foremost, we primarily were looking at the Marauder for this update because everyone's, talking about it. Just real quick, Lewis is asking, what about new maps? We don't have any maps for this update, but we will talk about maps in the future, in a very near future. I can't say too much now, but yes, there are some things in regards to maps for the future. And what else? I actually saw one more question that I wanted to quickly address. Oh, voice chat. I guess you weren't around earlier, but voice chat, we have worked on it. It was going to be released today with the update, but unfortunately we had to pull it, and we're doing further testing now because it just wasn't kind of release ready. But as soon as it is, then we'll let everybody know.
Trying to see anything else. Empty lobby fix, just, I don't know, man. Don't know how to tell you about that. That's a weird thing to ask.
What was the question?
Someone said there's an empty lobby fix. Huh.
Oh.
I see people talking about a lot of things. This game is losing its own because it's full of hackers. We just talked about that for like 10 minutes.
Just talked about that. Yeah.
So just scroll back your time, your little the time thing, just like maybe like 10 minutes, and we talked about it like in detail. So
yeah. Someone asked about cross-platform.
I see that.
It's funny how these things come up. Like, we haven't talked about cross-platform in ages, and then this afternoon I was literally talking to, I think it was Alex. Well, anyway, someone in our team, we were talking about cross-platform, and I don't know what's happening with it. I know it's there. I don't know if they've worked on it, not worked on it. I mean, I've only been here a month.
Yeah, I've talked a lot about it actually with because that's something that I was looking forward to and really interested in myself, because I feel like that would just bring a lot more players to. I'm on iOS, and I know there are many more Android players than there are compared to iOS.
Right.
So I'm really excited to get more competition. But from what I understood, it's a lot more complicated than people think. You don't just push a button and be like, boop, let's just combine them.
Exactly.
It's a lot because like you have to look at dog tags. Some dog tags are the same on iOS as they are on Android. You don't want people to lose their accounts, lose their data.
Yeah.
So they're trying to be really careful.
Honestly,
about
it's
script stuff.
the back end of getting what's it called? The back end of getting something like crossplay on it's a logistical nightmare. I don't even want to think about it. It's
I from what I heard, like even when it is implemented, there are going to be some bugs when it first comes out, and it's just not unavoidable. There are going to be some bugs, and they're going to be basically fixing a big problem. So I think they're focusing on a bunch of other stuff now, and probably going to reserve like a couple updates for just cross-platform, because that's just sounds like it's such a huge task.
The thing is with cross-platform, I'd imagine that when it first comes out, it will just be like a small section. So we'll probably be doing testing in smaller regions, maybe some parts of Asia or whatnot, and then see how that goes, and then slowly kind of expand it worldwide, and maybe just start with iOS and Android, and then later bring Windows. I mean, a lot of bigger games do this as well. They kind of slowly release these things, because you can't just all at once release such a massive, huge feature and not expect something to go wrong. Something will go wrong. So it's definitely not going to be just like an overnight thing. Like you wake up one day, oh look, we've got cross-platform.
So, and I understand people aren't going to always be happy, but hey, look, let's just see how this update goes, and if there anything else, if you guys feel like there's anything else that needs to be changed, hit someone up, let people know. Just saying it's OP is not enough. Just talk about it in detail. Do some research, create an actual argument. Because it's kind of tiring seeing some of the comments.
Someone did. They've been asking a lot about ESL for Windows. What do you feel about that?
I don't play Windows, so I thought isn't there ESL for Windows, or did they stop it or something? Is it?
Honestly, from everything I've seen, I've only seen iOS and Android, so
really?
I'm pretty sure we don't have a Windows.
I want to say there was ESL for Windows, because I know some guys who have Invictus and stuff on Windows, unless they just can earn it in the game, which I don't think they can.
No. Invictus is only specifically for ESL.
Yeah.
Also, someone did just say, since we're talking about this, that Windows shouldn't be part of cross-platform. And now that I think of it, that's completely right. Cross-platform would only be iOS and Android, because otherwise Windows would completely wreck anybody playing.
That's a terrible suggestion. Whoever suggested that. Oh, did they suggested that? Or they
they weren't suggesting that. They were saying that Windows would not be part of it, which I completely spaced. I wasn't thinking about that. For sure, Windows will not be cross-platform.
Yeah, I've heard that as well. I've heard confirmation that when cross-platform hits, Windows is not going to even. It's just not fair.
No.
I mean, you got a mouse and keyboard versus some guy on their phone trying to shoot. I mean, it's not going to be fair for the Windows players, in my perspective.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah, no, of course not. I mean, you can't compare mouse and keyboard to it's just, touch screens and stuff like
quicker, more accurate. I mean, it's just So that's something to really worry about. Someone asked about voice chat again. Just scroll back. A lot.
Maybe they have us muted or something, man. I don't know.
I don't know, man. Voice, because we did talk about it.
Voice chat in the future. It's going to be this is the thing.
Oh, ESL.
It's going to be in update 30. What's it called? Voice chat will be in update 30, just not live on day one, if that makes sense.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That's cool. I mean, I'm excited for it.
Me too.
Someone,
Also, for someone asked about Mac OS, I do not think or see what's it called? I do not see it being on Mac OS. I was talking, or I heard someone talking about it that it's just a nightmare trying to get it on OS just because of a bunch of different things. I can't remember exactly the reasons, but I don't think it's going to be on.
are Macs really built for gaming? That's probably the better question we should ask ourselves, because I didn't think they
Honestly
were.
speaking, not really, but
Yeah.
a lot of them are kind of built more towards like rendering and stuff like that,
Yes.
music
I understand.
or
Yeah, right. That's what they're made.
you know,
built for.
graphic art and stuff like that, digital art. So they aren't the weakest. They're
Right.
just very expensive. If you get a Windows counterpart, it'll be just as strong and a quarter of the price.
Right.
No.
So
it would definitely run. I mean, if it can run on a phone, it can run on a Mac.
Right.
But it's just the fact that
That'd be that's another platform. Like, why would we want that?
Yeah, and plus MC5 is on from what I gather, it's from our own in-house built engine, and it's not that it doesn't work on Mac. It's just it's not as easy as doing something, let's say, on like Unity or Unreal Engine, where with a click of a button it just releases it for Linux, PC, and Mac. So it's just a lot of work for a very little payoff, because not that many gamers are on Mac.
No,
I mean, you're right that they're not built for gaming, so mainly people that use Mac are not gamers.
Yeah, they're going to be
It's
like
a very
more
small
artists.
percentage of the. Yeah, exactly.
Right. So I don't see that. I don't see that even being a thing. I don't see why people would want that. This is actually the first time I've seen someone really ask for that.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's a good question. I was on Mac for the longest time until, I pretty much switched over to Windows. But
I was too, but I didn't game even a little bit. Like, I just did design.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, I did design, music, sometimes played Minecraft because, it's not the most intensive game. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no, definitely a big no-no for Mac, sadly. But this is the thing, though. If anyone has a Mac, you can just use Boot Camp and just partition your hard drive, and you've got Windows right there for you. So,
Yeah.
It's not great. It's not terrible, though. It works.
I don't know how it would work for like a game like MC5, but
I mean, I've played a couple of games on it. It's okay. It kind of, the fans go nuts, but it works.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't condone it just because you never know what could go wrong. But it's there if you want to try it. Yeah. Or there's always Wineskin as well. That's something else you can use. It kind of runs what's it called, Windows applications on Mac. So
yeah.
There's a lot of ways.
So I see people asking for ranked matches. I don't honestly. I feel like we really wanted to talk about the update this podcast. Not so much play matches, especially because I'm pressed on time too. So well,
we
guys,
will definitely play matches on the next stream. That it's either this Friday or next Wednesday.
Sure. That your stream's on Friday. Mine's next Wednesday.
Yes.
Sweet.
DulZi's is always on the Wednesdays or Thursdays, depending on your availability.
I know, right?
But yeah, we'll let people know about that. Someone just said reduce exotic pack price. It's so expensive. That's because it's exotic, man. It's got to be expensive.
What do you want it to be? You want it would be the non-exotic.
You want it to be? Yeah.
I mean, it's 4K for 40. That's a lot.
There was a glitch or a bug, whatever you want to call it, where it actually was get 1 for 200 and 10 for 4,000. Luckily, I can't remember if it was it you? Somebody on Discord had sent it to us saying like, "Yo, this is not right." Told it to the team, they instantly fixed it. So now it's at quite a fair price, I think.
Yeah, it's 100 per pack. You get basically it's 100 per, you get like 100. You get like half off if you buy 40. I mean, if you decide to buy that many.
Exactly.
I think for me, I mean, it's camo, it's cosmetic stuff. If I didn't have a lot of this stuff, I'd probably go for it. But
right, is it only cosmetics in the exotic?
Cause it looks like cosmetics, and it says the Com 4. The Com.
Yeah, I'm sure there's
Yeah, it's cosmetic and like
something.
the Com 4. The Com 4 is actually not what it used to be. It's good enough for what it needs to be, but it's not something I jump towards. But the cosmetic
Right.
parts, as someone who likes, I love camos and skins and masks. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Someone's talking about the tracker pack being costly. It's costly because it just came out. I mean,
Yeah.
it just came
They
out.
also said that the exotic pack sucks. Nothing really worth it is in them. The thing is, though, when you click on the exotic pack, it doesn't show you exactly what's in it. There's a lot more stuff in there. It's just showing you the potential winnings.
There's like golden
You know?
masks and stuff too in there, so that's kind of cool too.
Yeah.
But someone asked about the tracker packs being really expensive. Again, the class just came out. It was just like in a community thing for like $20. I mean,
What was this?
the tracker packs. They're talking about why.
Oh, right.
The other classes have been out for like a lot longer, so it kind of makes sense that this new class would cost more.
Yeah, I mean, that's
way
how
longer.
things work, right? At the beginning, they're kind of
Yeah.
high in price, and over time, it slowly comes down.
Honestly,
so.
the cheapest way to have gotten it was via the first event, and some people took
Oh, yeah, for
advantage of
sure.
it, and some people did not take advantage of it. So, yeah. Cool. Well, guys, I think that we're just gonna wrap it up today.
Yeah.
And
I mean, that's pretty much everything, right? For the update, I don't think we missed anything out.
it's not a really huge update full of shiny new
No.
things, but it's a lot of under the
No.
hood maintenance that I think needed to be done.
Yeah, and as I said, because we knew that this update wasn't, it's more quality of life. It's more a little bit for, the content creators, more for content for you guys and ESL sort of stuff and quality of life, as I said. But really, we are holding out for the next update, which will have a lot of really big things in it.
Sweet. And
Yeah.
someone asked for the fourth time when update in PC is. I'm gonna say it. It's gonna be around next week time.
Around next week.
And
Yeah.
I posted it in the comments as well, but I'll say it. But guys, I think that's gonna be it. Thank you, Chaja, for being on here with me, man.
No worries, man. Thank you for having me, dude.
It's been pretty fun.
Hell yeah.
Getting to hear about all this new stuff. And guys, let's stay in for next week. You said, is there gonna be a stream on Friday?
I'm thinking about streaming on Friday. My plan is to stream on Friday, unless my computer doesn't feel like it wants to stream on Friday,
There we go.
since we've had some issues today. But yeah, there should be one.
If not, next Wednesday, guys. See you
Hell
guys.
yeah.
Thank you guys for being here.
Thank you for joining us.
I'll see you guys next week. All right.
See you guys.
See you. Bye.